Hello students, today we are going to continue with Chapter 5, Acids, Bases and Salts. We have studied about important topics of this chapter in the previous sessions. We studied about acids, their properties and uses. We also studied about bases, their properties and uses. We also studied about indicators in the previous session. To continue this chapter, today we are going to study about neutralization reaction, neutralization in our daily life, salts, properties of salts and uses of salts. We will begin with neutralization first. What is neutralization? Neutralization is a chemical reaction in which an acid reacts with a base, and as a result of this reaction, salt and water are produced. Let me explain you this with the help of an example. When sodium hydroxide is added to hydrochloric acid, sodium chloride and water are formed. Acid reacts with a base to form salt and water. HCl, that is hydrochloric acid, reacts with sodium hydroxide NaOH, which is a base, to form water, and NaCl, that is sodium chloride, which is a salt. Neutralization reactions also occur in our everyday life. Some important examples we will be discussing now. The first one is an insect sting. Actually, what happens when an ant or an insect bites? This leads to irritation on the skin and pain. This is because of the secretion of an acid from the insect's mouth. This acid is formic acid. Now, to get relief, the effect of the acid needs to be neutralized with a base. So, for example, baking soda or hydrogen carbonate, calamine solution or zinc carbonate are generally used for this purpose. The baking soda neutralizes the acid and gives instant relief. On the other hand, wasp sting is basic in nature. So, to neutralize the effect of this basic, vinegar is used. The other name of vinegar is acetic acid. If you all remember, we studied this when we were talking about acids. Some more examples of neutralization in our everyday life are acidity. Now, what is acidity? We all know that our stomach secretes hydrochloric acid, which helps us in the digestion process. But sometimes the stomach releases excess of acid, which leads to indigestion. And this situation of indigestion is what is called as acidity. Now, when there is excess acid in the stomach, it needs to be neutralized. So, what do we need for the neutralization of excess acid? A base. And these substances which help us to neutralize the excess acid produced in the stomach are called as antacids. The most commonly used antacid is milk of magnesia, and the other name of this is magnesium hydroxide. This is basic in nature and neutralizes the excess acid of the stomach. Few more examples of neutralization in our everyday life are, one of it is factory waste. Most of the factory waste that is produced is acidic and cannot be dumped directly. So, this needs to be treated with a base. The treatment of the acidic waste with a base neutralizes the effect of each other, and then this waste is disposed of. This helps the water in then the water doesn't get much acidic or basic and thus helps in saving the aquatic life. Another important example of neutralization is prevention of tooth decay. When we brush our teeth with a toothpaste, which contains actually a base, any kind of acid that is present in the mouth or the cavities gets neutralized. This helps in preventing the tooth decay. Another example of neutralization in everyday life is the soil treatment. When the farmers use excess of fertilizers, the soil may turn more basic or more of acidic. This kind of soil is not fit for the growth of the plants. So, to make the plants grow in a healthy manner or to make the soil more fertile, the more of basicity or acidity should be removed. So, here comes the role of neutralization. If the soil is more of acidic, it is treated with bases like slaked lime, and thus the effect of excess acid is neutralized. If the soil is more of basic, it is neutralized by adding substances like composted manure. Now let us study about salts. As we discussed, in the process of neutralization, salts are the substances that are formed when an acid reacts with a base. For example, sodium chloride that is commonly used as table salt is prepared by the reaction of sodium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid. The same example we discussed when we were talking about neutralization reaction. And all the salts are not neutral. Salts may be acidic or basic or neutral depending upon the nature of the acid or the base that is used to prepare it. Sodium chloride, for example, is a salt that is neutral, and sodium carbonate again is a salt, but it is basic in nature. Let us discuss the properties of salts. Most of the solid salts have high melting and boiling points. For example, sodium chloride is a salt which has melting point equal to 800 degrees Celsius, and it has a boiling point which is even more than 1400 degrees Celsius. Most of the salts are soluble in water. Although solid salts are electrically neutral and do not conduct electricity, their solution form can conduct electricity. Some of these salts are specifically used as electrolytes after mixing it with water. Electrolytes are the solutions which help in the conduction of electricity by releasing free ions in the solution. Uses of salts. Sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is a common salt that is used to enhance the taste of the food. It is also used as a preservative. It is used as a freezing mixture by adding it to the ice. When salt is added to ice, what happens is that the freezing point of ice is lowered down. This helps the ice to remain for a longer time, and it is therefore used as a freezing mixture. It is also used for making soaps, detergents, and even many cleaning agents. Few more uses of salts. Sodium carbonate. It is also known as washing soda. It is used for softening the hard water. Hard water actually is the water which does not lather with soap easily. So, to make such water soft water, salts like sodium carbonate are used. It is used in the manufacture of glass, paper, soaps, detergent, and also many other useful chemicals. Another important salt is sodium bicarbonate. It is also called as baking soda. It is used for baking cakes and breads and has a wide use in the baking industry. It is used in some aerated drinks as well. It is also useful in the preparation of many medicines. Sodium bicarbonate is also used as antacid and also has a use in fire extinguishers. This is all about this chapter: acids, bases, and salts. Thank you and have a nice day.